Okay, we'd like to welcome everyone back to the 5th annual Talladega County High School Basketball Media Day here at the Talladega County Board of Education. Up next, we have the Sylacauga High School Aggies. The Lady Aggies are represented by Coach Derek Crawford in his 16th season. Representing the Lady Aggies, we have Ariel Turner and Gabby Cox. The Lady Aggies opened up their season last week with a victory over Coosa Central, and they travel tonight to Benjamin Russell. As for the boys version here, we have first-year head coach Kent Fulton and assistant Joel Jones. Player representatives today, we have, let's see here, Shannon Grant and Josiah Graham. As the girls, they defeated Coosa Central last week to open their season, and they will travel tonight to Benjamin Russell. The Aggies compete in Class 5A, Area 7.
Coaches, just talk about the young men and young ladies that you brought with you today.
Well, first, I brought Josiah Graham. He's just been a really pivotal player for us this year, been a really good leader for us in our preseason. He is actually the lead man in our press, and he's the guy that kind of gets the ball in and goes and goes and goes. He has a high motor and just a really high character individual right here. I just really been proud of how he's played this year and carried himself. Next to you guys all know Shannon Grant. I mean, All-American, can do it all. He's got unbelievable skills, high motor, and he's also, let me just be the first to say, has done a great job in our preseason program, just bringing everybody together and constantly being a voice, being vocal, and just making sure everybody stays locked in at all times. And Coach Jones, I wouldn't be here without Coach Jones. He's a huge help to me every single day, provides so much, and it just works these kids. Just one of the best teachers of fundamentals I've ever seen.
To my right here, I have Gabrielle Cox. Gabrielle is a four-year varsity player for our Lady Aggies program. Outstanding leader. She leads by example. She is one of our most hardworking kids that we have in our girls program. Next to her, we have Ariel Turner. Ariel played on that Final Four team 3 years ago as a freshman. On that team, she was fourth in scoring, she's fifth in rebounding. She took off her sophomore year. She came back her junior year last year. She led us in scoring. She was second in rebounding. She has done an outstanding job in the off season as well as the summer program, leading our young kids the right way. Also, Coach Williams, my right hand, she is not here with us today. She got professional development. Also, far in, like Coach Wilson and Coach Jones, I've had a lot of success with the Lady Aggies program. And I can't sit here and tell y'all guys, I can take all the credit myself. I'm going on, I got over 242 wins, 146 losses coming into this season. And a lot of that goes back to that man sitting right there in that corner. So, a little luck, if we can play some decent basketball this year, I should go to 2 big ones.
Kent, what are you coming into? And I say that just not in a general kind of sense, but like two Final Fours, I think, close to it. I know you were someplace else, but what do you see that you're, I don't know if it's enough to create what legacy you're following, but they've had success the last couple of years that's made them obviously one of the best teams in the state, if not the county. So what are you looking at, what you're coming into?
Well, you said I'm coming into an unbelievable opportunity to run a system that these kids kind of already know, and they're used to playing fast, and it's a rich tradition of going to regional finals and going to Final Fours and winning state championships, and I mean that's just an unbelievable opportunity for me. I mean I wouldn't want to be anywhere else, and this has just been a great experience. Everybody's been so supportive. The boys have worked so hard, and that's kind of the thing I want. I want our teams to always be the hardest working teams in the state. And, the transition to them learning to play fast, they've always played fast. They've always been an aggressive team. We've always been a relentless team. So it couldn't have been a better fit.
When you were at the state, right? State.
Yes, sir.
Did you at all have any opportunity to look at basketball in general in Talladega County, even before you were interested in the Sylacauga job? And the point I'm raising is that what do people outside of the county here think of basketball in general in Talladega County? I don't know if they think of it as a basketball county like you might think the city would be, just
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of coaches that know how good these Sylacauga teams have been. A lot of coaches know how good that Talladega's been. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that know. I mean, we were talking about on the car ride here that, the past 3 years, Talladega and Sylacauga have been in Final Fours and won it. I mean, it's a rich tradition. I think a lot of people know about it. And, I always was watching, Sylacauga, and the first thing that came to my mind was how aggressive they play. And I played Sylacauga in high school when I was at Oak Mountain, and that was the first thing I thought when I was playing as a player, how aggressive this team is. So I don't think it's anything that people don't know about. I think a lot of people know how great our basketball is in Talladega County.
I mean, Coach, what do you want to accomplish this year? What are the goals for this team?
Well, Shannon, I'll let you take this one. What are our team goals?
We're trying to win the state championship. I mean, that should be the goal of every team that play basketball. Regardless of the sports you play, you want to reach the highest level, win the state championship, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, or whatever. And I feel like we put in enough work that's to the point that we should be able to win. We should be able to compete with any team. Not just in 5A in the county, but any team in the state.
And Shannon, y'all had that really heartbreaking loss to Ramsey in the Elite Eight last year. Just how much does that loss motivate you to want to get back in, work hard, and get to that Final Four again?
Oh yeah, we had a loss in the game by 1 point in the fourth quarter. But it just motivated me because seeing my teammates like that last year, they knew that was our game to win. We should have been playing in Birmingham. But this year, I know for a fact that I'm going to give everything I got to make sure that we do go there this year.
You've been a busy young man in the offseason. You played a lot of travel ball. You're getting offers from different schools and whatnot. Just kind of talk about your growth over the past year and a half, especially because your game is really catching up with the size. Because you had the size, and like once that talent started to show through, I mean, how big has it been the past year and a half for you seeing your game kind of develop like that?
Playing in the summer, I got an opportunity to play against not only like some of the best players, like just in Alabama, but some of the best players in the country. And bringing that back to Alabama, playing against like top 100 guys, and then coming to Alabama playing against like smaller teams like this, it just really showed like what I can do. And Coach Jones right here, he always been teaching ever since I was in 10th grade on varsity, like learning to stay mentally strong and to keep my head in the game. And just always Coach Fullington, with his system, I feel like it really showcases what I can do a lot of things I can do as far as like shooting the ball, dribbling and passing, and guarding different positions.
For both coaches, both your teams won the area last year. Sylacauga went to Munford, girls side, won an overtime game, came out area champions, didn't get past the sub-regionals, but talk about building off that success, Coach Crawford, and same question for Coach Fullington.
We're a work in progress. Was in rebuilding phase last year. Major turnover with quality athletes and made major runs statewide for like 6-7 years straight. We think if we put in the work, kids continue to buy in, we can continue to build off what we did last year. We really don't want to live off of last year. We start over every year. As a program, we start over. We have goals, and those goals are to get better every day, one practice at a time, one game at a time. And if we do that with this young team, because this team will have 2 seniors on it, and have both of them sit here with us. But if this team continued to grow as it did the second half of last year, because up until Christmas last year, we didn't have a single win. Second half of the season, we broke 500, ended up with 8 wins in the second half of the season, simply because the girls took that approach day by day, practice by practice, game by game. And that's the same thing they tell you now, that's the same thing we do. We don't worry about the next opponent until that day come up. We don't talk about them, we don't bring them up. We focus on us. And yesterday, we got to focus on Ben Russell.
I know what you focus on every day. Defense. Just talk about what you got going on defensively, Coach.
Defensively, we want to hold our opponents to 40 points or more. That's our goal. We accomplished that in the first ball game. We're not where we want to be, but we headed the way we want to go. And we put the time in, stressing. We want to put you in a bind, especially in the half court. We want to give you some different looks, full court pressure. But half court is where we want to lay our hat defensively. Got to do a better job of rebounding. I really felt like after breaking down the film when I got home after the ball game the other night, we should have held our opponent to about 32, 33 points. They ended up scoring 40. But we talked about it yesterday, and these kids, they know what they have to do defensively.
I mean, like, let's just talk about the defensive end and how I know there's a point of emphasis in practice and you guys go at it. Just talk about that and just trying to live up to that standard, trying to hold people to 40 points every game, less than 40 points every game.
I mean, it's very intense, but I mean, we all have the resources and we go hard in practice and we practice how we play. So we play aggressive every game.
And aggression is the key. We want to make sure we hold our opponents to those 40 points or below. That way, we know for a fact we got an advantage there. We know we can make it, we can win the game.
And your program's always had someone you call boss, but you always had a leader. I mean, who's the leader for this team, Coach?
Offensively, my point guard is because she has to lead us in the set. But the overall bosses are the two kids right here. And that's because, you know, I got a freshman. She started last year as an 8th grader point guard. Right now, these two young ladies beside me, they set the tone. They make sure everybody doing what they're supposed to. Therefore, I don't have to come in there and act a nut with the girls. And it's just been a blessing to have both of them being the leaders they are, including the off-season up to date. I mean, they put it in. And, you know, going back to what we were saying, defense, we keep up quarter by quarter. Assistant coach let me know where we at for scoring. And that Ben Russell ball game the other night, I know you wasn't there. We held them to 2 points in the third quarter until what was like 1:30 left in the quarter, and let them score during 9 points in that quarter. So we was a little upset about that because we was doing what we wanted to do defensively. A lot of that I think had to do with fatigue. We're not in the proper shape that we need to be in to apply the pressure we want to. But those things that we can fix and correct.
I know you were hot on your youngins last year. You got some really talented 8th graders. Just talk about what you're seeing from them or her this year.
Them, I will say this, we're a work in progress, and our job is to go out and be the appetizer for these guys right here. Like I've told you, traditionally, that's what we do. We try to go out and be the appetizer for the boys where they can come out and do what they got to do. But in the meantime, we steady building so we're ready to be a playoff basketball team. You know, it's no egos involved. We're one program. It says Sylacauga, it don't say girls, it don't say boys. You got, normally if it's a 4-game set, you got freshman boys, JV, girls, and varsity, and we take it that way. Our kids don't worry about it. We don't worry about how many people's in the stand. It's all about setting the tone. If we can, we have tradition, set the tone for the boys, for them to come out and be the main course.
We're talking about Sylacauga Aggies. I mean, over the years, you guys have been the standard.
We have.
And it seems like you played a part in all of it, but so just talk about the success you guys had over the past 10, 12 years.
Last 10 years, we are 191, 192 now. We're 192 and 98 over the last 10 years. We have state run-up, another Final Four appearance, 5 county championship, 6 area championships, 4 regional appearance with 2 regional championships. So we've been successful, but that's not because of me. That's because of good people that I have around me. Whether it was Will, Coach Jones sitting right there, whomever, you know. And our kids believe, they believe in the standard. I have the luxury of being the only person still living to be a part of every girls basketball team in the history of Sylacauga basketball program. I'm blessed, and I don't take it for granted. We try to lead the right way, and we're team players. We're team players. I hope I answered your question.
Coach, let me just talk about your team. You said you got your style of how you want your guys to play. What is that style? How do you want your guys to play?
Very fast, very aggressive. We're going to put pressure on you every single second of the game, whether you're on offense or you're on defense. And I think these guys know it for how good a shape they're in, how much work we put in the preseason. And it's a very unorthodox way of subbing. You got guys that constantly come in and out. You have to be very unselfish for this to work. And that's what we got. We got a bunch of unselfish guys that are playing their butts off the entire time, and they're playing for each other. They're not playing for anybody else. They're playing for each other. They're playing for Sylacauga. And, I couldn't be happier how we played the other night. But like I said, it is a style, it's a tempo that is, I feel like, never away from going on a 12-2 run. We're never, the way we play, we're just going to keep going. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep on applying pressure when we're on that court. And it's a really fun style of play, and I believe it's the most fun style you can play. I really do. When you're pressing the whole game, miss or make, you're trying to get the ball out as fast as possible. It's a really fun, and I think it's a great brand of basketball. And, it just really shows what these kids are capable of.
Talk about some of your players. I know you guys lost a few players last year, but you got a few key returners. I think you have a pretty good shooting return this year.
Yeah, so we lost essentially everybody off the team last year, but what makes it really, other than Shannon, it really makes it fun because we have a bunch of hungry kids right now. We got a bunch of hungry juniors. Josiah Graham already talked about, he's kind of the crazy guy in our press. He leads it and he goes fast. We also got a guy that should be here right now. He's a little under the weather, he's fine. But Cruz Proctor, and he's unbelievable guard, really pushes it, shoots it well from the outside. Got another senior named Desmond Armour, is an unbelievable defender, good character, great leader on the floor, shoots it off from the outside really well also. I could go down the list, but we have up to 15, 16 guys are ready to just get in there and play their tails off for us. And, it's just really fun to watch. The other night, Desmond Armour makes 2 threes, Cole Tankersley makes 2 threes. There's 2 guys that are always clapping, always bringing energy to everything that we do. We got, any given night, somebody's going to step up. Somebody's going to hit threes or take charges or make the key rebounds. We've got a lot of football players that are coming back. Caleb Burns, Gabe Cox, Dontavius Ware, Malik Pope, our running back. We got a lot of kids coming back that are just absolutely fantastic athletes that are going to really be able to thrive in this system. And I've only had about 1.5, 2 weeks with them, and they've really progressed. They've really made strides and coming along. And I've really been impressed with how they've worked and gotten better. We also got a guy that's just a huge, big body, Christian Twyman, who can take charges better than anybody I've ever seen. He rebounds it, and he's just got unbelievable touch around the rim. So, and he's also another hungry junior. We've got so many bodies that just come in and come out. That's going to be a blur at times. Everybody's going to play at the same standard. We're just going to go. We're going to be the hardest working team. We're going to be a selfish team. But we're out there going to play fearlessly. So,
how does it having a big fella that you can now kind of put on the floor, shoot the 3? I guess you let him shoot a little bit more.
What people don't know, I see every day in practice, he's one of the best shooters on the team. And he's smiling right there. He is. He's one of the best shooters on the team. And the way we play, we're trying. I don't want to give away anything, but we are trying to push the tempo. So, I never take a kid out for shooting. If you don't shoot, I'm gonna take you out. So, it's a fun brand of basketball to be in, and I want my kids confident. I want them ready to go, And if he gets an open look, he knows what he's going to do with it. So, and he's skilled enough where he's good around the basket, and he's good outside as well. And we've got several kids. He's not the only one, but he's very, very skilled, very talented. And, you know, like I was telling Jeremy, like having him, it's like having a cheat code at times. I mean, it really is. It's just, he's just so skilled around the basket. He's going to finish. He's going to score lots of points in this system. But at the same time, he's going to be a pivotal force on defense. He's going to get defensive rebounds, and he's going to do all the little things, not just the stuff that shows up on the stat sheet.
No, you've been tough on him at times. You know, you get into him sometimes, Coach. Let's talk about the growth that you've seen from Shannon over the years. Well, from last year to this year, I guess.
Well, it really goes back a little further than that. Shannon was a ninth grade kid that on that team, he hardly ever touched the floor. And his sophomore year, he had some growing pains. And he struggled somewhat. And even last year, he got a little bit better at it, but he still struggled even up to last year. So him going out and playing the type of style of basketball that he played this summer, the competition, the level of competition has helped him tremendously. He is now a kid that I can have fun with, opposed to always having to get on to him. Now, the one thing about it is, I haven't bought into this shoe yet, but as long as Coach Fullerton is okay with it, I'll ride with it. But right now, I'm enjoying this kid. I'm just fortunate to have had an opportunity to work with the kid of his caliber, and the growth has been just tremendous. I love him to death.
Coach Fullerton, I don't know how your starting five configuration is or anything, but I imagine there'll be some times when you've got Shannon Grant and Christian Twyman on the floor at the same time. In those kind of situations, how big of an advantage is that size?
Yeah, we've got to get everybody back, and we've got to get everybody kind of learning the system first, but we're going to have several different packages that we put in, and that is going to be a package for sure. And, you know, you have two guys like that have so much size, and you're also forgetting Caleb Burns and Josiah. We've got guys that are really long and explosive athletes. There's a lot of different ways we can use to exploit defenses, and having those two guys of that size and with good footwork, it's going to be a big time advantage for us at times when we need to take advantage of people not having that size, not having that physical strength. And we're going to really be able to put pressure on different teams in different ways, and that's a great point. Also, I left off Keandre Pearson and C.D. Hall. I want to say C.D. Hall for us, Darius Hall, is watch out for him being X factor for us. He's been a really, really good guard coming off the bench. And, you know, Keandre Pearson might be one of the most athletic kids I've ever seen. The kid is probably going to be in a dunk contest someday. He's that bouncing. And yeah, like I said, we're going to have so many different packages. We're going to have speed packages. We're going to have heavy packages. That's the beautiful thing when you get used to subbing in and out. You can take advantage of different teams when they have different kinds of lineups out with you.
Hey, have you ever tried? Obviously, you've done this substitution pattern playing pass. Have you ever tried it? In a college game and in pro game especially, one of the stats they use is substitution patterns. They'll sub 100 times. Have you ever done that for your? How many subs do you take?
You got to have a lot of hands on that. Yeah, you got to have a lot of hands on that to really keep that stat. But, Rick Pitino was really successful doing it at Kentucky. And then Coach Calipari did it for a little bit in the summer with the Kentucky group they had a couple of years ago. And, in the college level, it can be tough because you've got such big-time star players that really do require minutes on that floor. And, high school, I think, is so pure. It's the purest form of basketball because you got kids that are out there representing their community. They're not representing, a shoe endorsement or anything like that. They're out there really playing for each other. And when you're able to sub wave after wave after wave, then it really wears a team down. And it's able to also protect people from getting in foul trouble as well. So there's so many, to me, advantages of it. And when you're playing, you want to be able to get on the floor, and this is an opportunity to get everybody on the floor too, so it gets your team that much more engaged and that much more involved.
You ain't sub on every tip ball.
My mentality the way I go into it is I want to play every game like we're down, like we are trying to come back. We're playing like we are playing catch up, and we're playing with that sense of urgency the whole time. I don't want to wait till the end of the game to play like that. I want to play like that the entire game. So.
Mr. Turner, this is your second year back. Just talk about your game, what you want to accomplish this year. How can you get better than last year, from your first year back?
Well, I just think that I just need to continue putting work on defense, because Coach always says that we don't race the offense, we race the defense. So I just get back conditioned, and recently I had heart procedure, and I'm coming back from that, and I'm just glad I'm here, and that I'm continuing to build from a couple weeks ago, because that's still tiring me out, but I'm still working hard to become better than what I am and what I was last year.
When did you find out something was wrong?
Oh, I've been having this since I was 9, since I've been playing sports, and it's like arrhythmia, like a irregular heartbeat, like I have a hole in my heart, but they fixed it with catheter ablation like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I don't have any episodes that I would have in games and stuff, and so I'm just thanking God that I'm still here and that I can continue to play ball and hopefully play college ball.
And you felt it, because I've been
Yes, most definitely. I'm actually a normal kid now. I can go 110% without feeling any discomfort in my heart. So I'm blessed that I have the ability to, because that just pushes me 10 times harder to go hard. I have no excuse.
Just talk about what you was just saying.
Hey, I've been aware of it since she was on my middle school team, and it's been difficult at times with practice when that heart rate goes up, but she's fixed it. And a little funny side note, Friday, in the ball game on Thursday night, I told her I was going to manage her minutes. So right at the end of the third quarter, they start making runs. She's like, hey, okay, let's go. I said, no, we're good. We're going to manage your minutes. Like I said, we're going to manage your minutes. And so that's what we're going to do for mid-year before we just turn her loose. But she had an outstanding ball game. She had a double-double. She had 25 points, 12 rebounds, two turnovers, 5 steals, 4 assists. She had a solid night, and that was managing her minutes. And we talked about it yesterday. And if she continued to do that, I'm managing her minutes all. I promise you that. But, it's a blessing that she's healed. The doctors, they gave her a clean bill of health that we can play her. But I want to be on the safe side. I'd rather play it safe and be sorry in front of a packed house. So.
I have a question for Josiah. Are you filling those shoes that Barry Garrett had previously filled? Was that your spot on the team? Was your...
No, I'm not sure. I just drive in and finish. I just drive in and finish. I don't shoot but I shoot sometimes.
Just talk about following up coming up as the next one of because Sylacauga they've had some good guards. Just talk about being the next one up.
It's a great opportunity for me to go out for Coach Fullerton, Coach Jones. I'm just trying to follow the legacy that all the other people that had.
Question for Shannon, talk about after the AAU season, recruiting kind of picked up. Can you just talk about recruiting process in general, how it's going, and what schools are recruiting the hardest?
Towards the end of the summer, in AAU they have these things called live periods. It's like when D1 schools and Division II schools that can actually offer you scholarships and come see you play courtside, and then take those down on you and get your contact information and stuff. I say some of the hardest schools that's really getting after me. Probably the most one that started is one I took my official visit, not too long ago to Mercer, the D1 school in Macon, Georgia. That's probably the school that's getting after me the hardest before I recruit, as well as the other smaller schools, D2s and other small schools in Alabama and stuff like that.
Who's that? Who'd you say is coming hard?
Mercer, University, Mercer.
Mercer.
You have a timetable for anyone to make your decision?
We had like the signing period in November and the signing period in April. After talking with my family and stuff and my close ones, I feel like it would be better for me to wait until the April signing period until I sign my scholarship.
I think the recruiting might look a little bit better if you bring another blue mat to Sylacauga.
We're gonna worry about, every single day just working. We're really not, we're not gonna, like Coach Crawford said, we're worried about Benjamin Russell tonight. We got a really tough opponent ahead. They're a very physical team, and we're just gonna worry about being the best that Sylacauga can be. And then that'll take care of itself. But this one's special right here. You guys are gonna be talking about him later on. He's a special one. He just keeps his nose down, keeps working. The good things are gonna be coming.